you feel like the Lord has called you to start something, but you haven't started because you're scared to start, I have a word for you. So we are about to step into a bunch of really exciting transitions. Our family transitions that we have prayed for in life, in ministry, in our calling for Walking Worthy. I am launching a bunch of new and so exciting things for Walking Worthy in the next few months, but I have been so terrified. I have been dealing with fear specifically over the last week. So much so, I've been reasoning with the Lord and just telling the Lord that I'll just continue to do what I'm doing right now, even though it's not what I'm called to do, because it's safe, it's comfortable, it's steady, it's all the things, okay? So over the weekend, I was really processing this just about how it's really hard to start something. You really get in your head whenever you start something. So I was just thinking about how many people never do what God has called them to do because they can't get past the starting phase, right? Like they have great ambitions, they have great aspirations, they have great hopes and dreams, but then they go to start that thing that God's called them to do and they get stuck, they get frozen, they get overwhelmed because it's big, it's scary, it's unknown, and it's anything but comfortable. And so after processing this out with the Lord today, I was just thinking about what it looks like to start something. Like, God, okay, I know you've called us to start, but what does that look like? And I heard the Lord say so clear, starting looks like submitting. Starting something for the Lord looks like submitting to the Lord. What does submitting look like? Submitting looks like yielding. It looks like yielding your plans, your hopes, your dreams. Submitting looks like sitting in the presence of the Lord and saying, God, I give this to you. I give you my life. I give you my calling. I give you my ministry. I give you my hopes. I give you my dreams. I give you my plans. I give it to you all, Lord, and I yield to your way. I yield to your will. I yield to your call for my life. And you know what happens whenever you submit to the Lord? It takes the pressure off of you. It releases the burden off of you to do it all by yourself because you're not supposed to. If God has called you to start something, but you haven't because you're too overwhelmed by just the whole starting process, I want to encourage you to submit to the Lord. Get in the presence of the Lord and say, God, I give it to you. God, I give you everything. God, give me vision. Give me dreams. Give me hopes. Give me resources. Give me finances. God, I give it all to you and I submit to you because you know what? We don't want to be doing this thing in and of our own strength anyways, right? And I find in the moments where I am most anxious and I am most overwhelmed about everything that Walking Worthy has in the next coming months are also the same very moments that I am trying to do it in and of my own strength and I'm not relying on the Lord like I should be, if I'm just being totally honest. So it's in those moments that we really have to submit to the Lord, that we have to lean on the Lord, that we have to yield to the Lord, that we have to rest in the presence of the Lord, and we have to ask the Lord to come and to meet us, and we have to repent for trying to do it ourselves. If you were scared to start today, I'm right there with you, but you have to start. We have to do what the Lord has called us to do, okay? So if you're scared to start, submit. That's the best place you could be, is submitted to the Lord. Submitting to the Lord is not only what we do when we start, but it's how we sustain what God has called us to do by staying submitted and surrendered to the Lord, okay? Submit, surrender, and go. Start. Do what God has called you to do.